Hello and welcome. Today I am doing a quick painting. I'm going to do a little floral painting of an arrangement of flowers in a vase. I have no photograph, it's going to come out of my head. So I don't normally paint flowers in a vase, but I know they're really popular, so it might be something that people would like to do and paint along with me. So we'll give it a go, and hopefully it'll be a lot of fun and it'll be playful. And so all you need for this, to do this today, is some basic acrylic paints. You need white paint, is really important to make sure you have white paint or gesso. A selection of brushes, just random different size brushes that I have, some water, and a hairdryer is very handy just to move the painting on, dry it up if it gets very wet. We might be creating drips or using water to wet it down. A spray bottle is also very useful. These are kind of standard things, and I just use a household spray bottle that was used up and put water in it, and I use that to spray the painting. And also paper. So all I have here is just ordinary acrylic paper. It's just a sketch pad of paper, and I think that's about it. A selection of brushes, palette knife. I may use it, I may not, and we'll get going on it. So I'm just going to zoom in a bit closer and let you have a good look at what I'm doing. So starting off with some just basic colours that I've thrown down onto my palette, and I'm going to use a decent sized brush to work with. That's it there. So we'll get some colour on. Maybe I'll use a pale pink to start off with. I love the pinks and the reds, so I'm mixing a bit of white in with pink to get a nice colour. That's quite a nice colour. And really at the beginning I'm getting rid of a lot of the white on the paper so I can see what I'm doing. That white is too glaring. I can never see what I'm doing if there's too much white there. And so I love to get rid of it. Get a bit of blue in around the edges and up around the top, which will give us an idea that there's a bit of depth and a bit of light up at the top. And maybe I've got a darker blue here that I was using earlier on my palette and a green mixed together. So I'm going to put them down around the bottom to darken the bottom of the painting. I may change my mind as we go along and may lighten that up, but okay. Quickly just getting a lot of colour down here. And making a few drips. I think I've nearly got rid of all that white. Mostly it gone, and we'll just use the spray bottle this time to get drips. Now the only thing is this does make the paper very wet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that brush again, that wide brush, and dry it off a bit with some kitchen paper. And that might dry my page a bit. I drag it across. Still quite wet. Yeah, this is drying it just by dabbing the paper. It's letting some of those drips come through. And it's giving me some nice effects as well, just by dabbing. And that's what you want. You want to get some nice texture in to a picture. There we go. And that's helping me dry it off a bit as well. And I'm just trying to have a look at it and wondering, where would I put my vase? I'm going to dry it with the hairdryer, just get some of that wetness off it. So I will pause the video and come back in a few seconds when it's dry. So that's pretty dry at this stage. Just a minute or two with the hairdryer was enough to get that very dry. Now, so I can feel it, yeah. It's slightly damp, but it's not too bad. I'm going to give a little, I'll come in with a bit of yellow here. But I make this maybe, yeah, I'm kind of liking the idea of yellow. And you know, you may be in a yellow mood, or you may be in a green mood, but go with whatever makes you happy. I actually feel like just going yellow everywhere, really. I really like that yellow over the other colours. I just want to get into this edge here as well, because I clipped it back to anchor it down. And I'm thinking of putting a vase into this picture, so I'm going to load up a different size brush here. Hope you can still see this. You know what I'll do? I'll zoom out just to let you see it a bit better now. Yeah. I'm still just playing around here. I don't want to make any decisions yet where anything is going, and I'm going to use a thin brush and really just start mark making with the brush. Some shapes that I really don't want to plan this. I want it to be very playful, and that my decisions will be coming at the last minute. going to use the rigger. I've shown you this brush before. It's got a very, very long brush on top of it, a long thin brush, and it makes lovely marks. The thin ones, the thin marks. So you need that contrast between the thick brush marks and the thin ones. So really all this is about is laying down texture at the beginning, playing around and not making any firm decisions. And I'm going to put it back right ways again. And just focusing it, getting it into the picture, so you can see it. Okay. Sometimes I'm inclined to make flowers all the same size, but this time I just kind of saw the shape in my mind's eye here. I had to have one really big flower. I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe it's going to be a rose or something. So maybe I should put a biggish one here too. This would be my bunch of flowers there. I also need to leave some space. I want to have them everywhere. And we said we'd put a vase in, or at least I did. And I think this is kind of looking like the shape of a vase. Perhaps like that. I'm not going to put it in the center, it's coming off to the side. So part of the vase is off the picture. Maybe even the bottom of it should be off the picture. Here, off the sheet of paper. Like that. And we'll paint in the centers of those. So I'm not doing a lot of detail on these there. It's just really going to give the impression of flowers rather than detailed painting of flowers. Bring some leaves off there to the edge and maybe have a shadow. Different sizes of flowers. This vase. Lighten it up a bit. I think that's enough to give a suggestion of a vase. sometimes find if I paint in leaves, they can look very fake. So what I'm doing here is I'm just really giving gestures of leaves. Just kind of giving the impression of them rather than putting a lot of detail in, like that. I'm going to come back now with the white. These could be, you know, those small little white flowers that are always in bouquets. They do seem to be kind of like roses, some kind of. And I'm going to come back in with my rigger and give some dark lines. And there's my little painting for today. I'm going to zoom in. I hope you like it. Just give you some close-up views of it there. And put it back. So it's just a little picture of a bunch of flowers. And it was very quick to paint, quite spontaneous, so I hope you like it. Hope you enjoyed doing this painting today, and I hope that I'll see you again next time. Please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying these pictures and you want to do more, you want to learn more, follow along with me and paint with me. Do subscribe and share, and I'll be back with you next week. So have a great week and enjoy your painting, and God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.